Hey guys, in this video, I'm about to speechify. So, you will hear this speech from me several times, but I think that one of the most important, if not the most important thing that you can do for your students is to believe in them. They come from a world where no one believes in them. They come from a world where they are beaten down, where they are told that they will never be pretty enough, that they will never be smart enough. They grow up in a world right now where so many things have been accomplished that they feel like they could never possibly accomplish anything new, that there are no frontiers left. And then they go home and their parents, who are afraid and just want them to be successful, turn that fear into anger, and their parents lash out at these students, and these kids get yelled at by parents who just want them to do well in a system that the parents don't understand. And so the kids don't do well in the system because the system isn't built for them. And then the parents yell at them and tell them that they're not good enough and tell them that they're worthless and not worth the money. And I'm not exaggerating here. When at some point, you won't experience it yet, but when at some point you experience your first student break down in tears, that will be the moment that you will know in your stomach, you will know in the deepest core of yourself that the only thing these kids need in the whole wide world is to have someone believe in them. When that student breaks down in tears in front of you, that's what you will know. I've had that happen, and I just want to share this moment with you so that you know how important it is to believe in students. But even though you haven't seen someone cry, break down in tears in front of you yet, which you probably will, unfortunately, think about your own life. How many times have you just wished that someone believed in you more than anything else in the world, that there was one person who believed that no matter what you messed up, you were going to be the most spectacular human being that ever walked this planet, that believed in you so deeply that there was nothing you could do to shake their fundamental belief in you as a human being. Imagine how that would feel. If you've had that, imagine how it has felt. Imagine how beautiful and amazing that is. That will do more for a student than anything you could possibly teach them in any subject on this planet. Now, yes, we work on teaching subjects better and better each day. We absolutely do. But at a most fundamental nature, believe in your students and make sure that they know that you believe in them, right? I tell students directly, I believe in you. I think that you're amazing. I think that you're a math wizard. I can make it silly. I can make it serious. When they start to get down on themselves, though, I never allow that. Anytime a student says, oh, that was dumb or I'm dumb, I will not stand for that moment. I will definitely intervene. And I do as much as I possibly can to make sure that my students know that I believe in them. And even if it just comes down to like, yeah, well, I mean, but like, I obviously think that you're going to be super successful and, my opinion is the only opinion that matters. Like, I'll do these silly things, but I've had moments where students definitely realized that I was the one person in the world who believes in them just no matter what. Like, they cannot possibly do anything that will shake my belief in their absolute spectacularness. And it like borderline brought them to tears, but that's cool too. It was happy tears. It was happy tears, right? Happy tears. So, second step of this, and this is the most important, rejoice in what they do not know. When they don't know something, it's not because you failed. It's not because you messed up. When they don't know something, that is the most important, the most beautiful, the most empowering moment of the relationship that you have with this student, of this child. The most good, most best, most everything moment. It's so huge because you cannot learn anything unless you first do not know it. If you already know something, then we're going to review it, and that's great. But you're not learning when you're reviewing. You're reviewing when you're reviewing. If you don't know something, that means you get to learn it. And I want the students to get that, right? That you have to not know first. You have to be ignorant before you can be not ignorant. You have to not know, and then you know. At some point when you were born, you didn't know anything at all. You knew nothing, and from there you have done nothing but learn your entire life because you are like literally the perfect learning machine as a human being. You have this beautiful, beautiful brain, and there is like nothing that you cannot learn, right? There's nothing holding you back except for fear. Don't let fear get in that way. But when the student doesn't know, never ever feel like a failure. Never ever feel bad. Just be so excited. Like, oh my gosh, when students don't know things, my immediate reaction is like, cool, awesome. Okay, so that was wrong, but this is great. Now we get to learn a thing. Here's the thing. Let's learn it. So excited, really into it. I'm like hyped in that moment. That is the most spectacular moment for me. Because literally, like any other moment, I don't get to be a teacher. Any other moment, I just get to sort of help them go through a thing and, whatever. Do you know how to factor? Okay, you already know how to factor. Cool. But when they don't know something, then I get to teach. Then I get to give them these worksheets that I slave over, these worksheets that I, nitpick at and I work on, day in and day out. These worksheets that you guys have contributed to either by complaining about them, something that you didn't like, or by directly, editing them and changing them. And that's what we get to give in that moment because they don't know something. So really, as much as possible, so excited. I mean, that moment when they say they don't know, I want you, I want them, I want everyone in the entire world to be more happy and more excited than they have ever been because the student doesn't know something and now they get to learn it. Now they get to learn, and learning is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Right? And to close this all out, never ever feel defeated, right? Sometimes, this is very hard. Sometimes you will work with a student for hours and hours and you'll just be stuck and the curriculum isn't doing it and everything that you do off script isn't doing it, and you'll bring in lead instructors and you'll bring in other lead instructors and it's just, we've got so many people going in on this, right? And still we'll just be stuck. Don't feel defeated. Don't get defeated. If you ever feel defeated, remember at the end of the day that I believe in you guys, right? I picked you guys because I believe in you, okay? I believe in you. I'm definitely never going to stop believing in you. So I know that someday, maybe not today, but someday, you and all of us together as a team, we are going to figure out how to teach that one student that one thing. And it might not be this week, and maybe we don't figure it out until after that student has already left our business. But we're going to figure it out. I believe that fundamentally more than anything else in the entire world. I know for sure that we are going to figure out how to teach everything that can possibly be taught to every person who can possibly learn it. This is what we are as a business. So never, ever, ever feel defeated. If you feel defeated, come and talk to me and I'll probably just yell at you. And tell you that you're not allowed to feel defeated. But really, really don't get to that moment. That moment that you feel defeat, turn it into rejoicing, because that is the moment where this business is going to grow, where your student is going to grow, where you are going to grow as an instructor. You're going to learn. Everybody's going to learn something in this moment. Turn it into rejoicing. Never ever feel defeated. Stay awesome, you guys. Be inspired. Inspire your students. This is what we're about.